Life and death of MMA fighter Josh Samman. On October 5, 2016, the MMA world lost one of its most promising and inspiring fighters. Josh Samman, a 28-year-old middleweight who competed in the UFC and The Ultimate Fighter, was found unresponsive in his apartment, along with his friend and roommate Troy Kirkingburg, who was pronounced dead at the scene. Samman was rushed to the hospital, where he remained in a coma for several days, before succumbing to his injuries. The cause of death was later revealed to be a drug overdose, involving heroin and fentanyl. How did this happen? What led him to this fate? And what legacy did he leave behind? In this video, we will explore the life and death of Josh Samman, one of the most intriguing and complex figures in MMA history. Let's get started. Josh Samman was born on March 14, 1988, in Des Moines, Iowa, to a Palestinian father and a Southern mother. He grew up in Tallahassee, Florida, where he developed a passion for martial arts and chess. He was a smart and creative kid, but also rebellious and restless. He started using drugs at an early age and dropped out of school at 16. He moved out of his mother's house and got involved in petty crimes. He was arrested several times and spent time in jail and rehab. But despite his troubles, Samman never gave up on his dream of becoming a professional fighter. He made his amateur MMA debut in 2006 and turned pro the next year. He quickly established himself as a dominant force in the regional circuit, winning 9 of his first 11 fights. He was known for his aggressive style, his powerful strikes, and his slick submissions. He was also a charismatic and articulate speaker who could hype up a fight and connect with the fans. In 2013, Samman got his big break when he was cast on the 17th season of The Ultimate Fighter, a reality show that pits aspiring fighters against each other for a chance to win a UFC contract. He was coached by Jon Jones, one of the best fighters in the world, and impressed everyone with his skills and confidence. He won his first 3 fights on the show, knocking out 2 opponents and submitting 1. He made it to the semi-finals, where he faced Kelvin Gastelum, a young and hungry underdog. Samman was the heavy favorite, but Gastelum proved to be too much for him. He took Samman down and choked him out in the first round, ending his run on the show. Samman was devastated, but he still earned a spot on the finale card, where he faced Kevin Casey, another cast member. Samman bounced back from his loss and put on a show. He and Casey exchanged blows for a close first round, but in the second round, Samman unleashed a barrage of punches and elbows that forced the referee to stop the fight. Samman had won his UFC debut and announced his arrival to the big stage. Samman had everything going for him. He had a UFC contract, a loyal fan base, and a loving girlfriend. He and Hailey Bevis had been dating for 2 years, and they were inseparable. They shared a passion for MMA, music, and adventure. They traveled the world together, climbed mountains, ran marathons, and supported each other's dreams. They were happy and in love. But their happiness was cut short by a tragic accident. Samman's girlfriend Hailey Bevis died in a single car accident. While the two were texting each other, she died instantly. Josh Samman knew something was wrong when his girlfriend, Hailey Bevis, stopped answering his texts on the night of August 30, 2013. The UFC middleweight was in the couple's shared hometown of Tallahassee, Florida, waiting for his girlfriend to arrive. Samman blamed himself for her death and fell into a deep depression. He said that he had been struggling with depression and addiction for years, and that Bevis had been his rock and his angel. He said that losing her was the worst thing that ever happened to him, and that he wanted to die with her. But Samman did not give up on life. He decided to honor Bevis's memory by continuing to pursue his MMA career. He returned to the octagon in December 2014, more than a year after the accident, and faced Eddie Gordon, a former Ultimate Fighter winner. Samman was the underdog, but he pulled off one of the most spectacular knockouts in UFC history. He landed a left switch head kick that sent Gordon crashing to the mat, and earned him a Performance of the Night bonus. He said that he had found a new purpose in life, and that he wanted to inspire others who had gone through hardships. He said that he had overcome his addiction, and that he was focused on his future. Samman continued his winning streak, and submitted Kyle McGalhees in July 2015, earning another Performance of the Night bonus. He improved his UFC record to 3-0 and climbed the rankings of the middleweight division. He was on the verge of breaking into the top 10, and had his sights set on the title. Samman also pursued his other passion, writing. He wrote a memoir, titled The Housekeeper: Love, Death, and Prize Fighting, where he candidly shared his life story, his struggles, and his love for Bevis. He also wrote articles for various MMA websites, where he offered his insights and opinions on the sport. He was praised for his honesty, his eloquence, and his humor. He was a fighter, a writer, and a survivor. But Samman's demons were not gone. He relapsed into drug use and became distant from his friends and family. He moved to Hollywood, Florida, where he lived with his roommate and friend, Troy Kirkingburg, an MMA ring announcer. They were both involved in the local MMA scene and had plans to open their own gym. But on September 29, 2016, their lives came to an abrupt end. A friend found them unresponsive in their bedroom and called 911. Kirkingburg was pronounced dead at the scene, while Samman was rushed to the hospital. He was in a coma and showed no signs of brain activity. He had cocaine, marijuana, and Xanax in his system, and the medical examiner suspected that he had used heroin. He was moved to hospice, where he died 6 days later, on October 5, 2016. He was 28 years old. Samman's death shocked and saddened the MMA community and his fans around the world. He was remembered as a talented and troubled fighter who had a bright future ahead of him. He was mourned by his mother, his brother, his friends, and his colleagues. He was buried next to Bevis, his soulmate. Josh Samman was a fighter, a writer, and a survivor. He lived a life full of highs and lows, joys and sorrows, triumphs and tragedies. He also ran a local promotion, Combat Night, where he helped nurture the next generation of fighters in Florida. He was a beloved figure in the MMA community, known for his charisma, his courage, and his creativity. He inspired many with his courage, his creativity, and his spirit. He left behind a legacy of love, death, and prize fighting. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more MMA content. And don't forget to leave a comment below, and let us know what you think of Josh Samman, and who you would like us to feature next. And if you or someone you know is struggling with addiction or depression, please seek help. You are not alone. There is hope. Rest in peace, Josh Samman.
Just when I let you into my life again, and I'm always holding